Okay, so we played Jund mid-range Tarmogoyf last week on release day, and it wasn't incredibly embarrassing in Historic. We're seeing if Lightning can strike twice a day as we sleeve up the old Boomer mid-range favorite with some other fancy new cards. We've got Darcy, we've got Ledger Shredder, we've got Fable of the Mirror Breaker, we've got real Zoomer cards like Molten Impact and You Line Up the Shot that are digital only here on Magic Arena. We've got Expressive Iteration because it's still legal in this format. The whole kit and caboodle ties together with all single mana cards, so we get to play the Wellspring for free. Let's go ahead and pop on into some games with this and see how this can keep up or not inside of Historic this morning. I don't believe Emrakul the Promised End is played in any tiered decks in Pioneer, no. For the folks that enjoy my Pokemon Unite stuff, by the way, I forgot to publish my video this morning. I just hit publish on it. The largest Tarmogoyf you have ever seen, Chip. Are we killing Esper Sentinel first or Smith? I think we kill Esper Sentinel first, right? I'll take a little bit more damage this way, but the next turn I can Iteration, get the Molten Impact trigger to kill the Smith. Although I guess if they play an artifact and equip the Shadow Spear, that's not true. That's close. I think I kill the Smith because I want to be able to guaranteed kill the Sentinel next turn. Not chill on attack in here. You got that Molten Impact trigger chilling over here. Yeah, I'm not really worried about blocking though here. I'm worried about being able to kill their other plans to follow up. And Library Exile. So far, deck feels slow and bad and fair, chat. There's a good chance Tarmogoyf is just not playable outside of the discard shell package. Yeah, I get to put Shadow Spear on here. That was not a particularly competitive game of Magic. Bring in a bunch of removal, cut some of our clunkier top end, and some graveyard hate that doesn't matter. Alright, run it back now, y'all. I mean, even a Braid wouldn't have really accomplished much there, Walker. We would have shattered a Karn struck that would have just been replaced the following turn by another down tick from Karn. I'm greedy and bin this. I want an untapped lands. I mean, do you think there's something we're boarding in that we're beating 2 9/9s with postboard? They're gonna need to draw one card here, obviously, but we can stop the second. My body is ready to get spell pierced. That'll do 2 pig. I don't know how we ever win that. We'll try it. We'll try to get a different matchup here, but this one might be one of those 30 to 45 minute to YouTube to say we did it because we told people we were gonna do it, but not optimistic after the first one. No discard spells, no hard removal. Feels like a real tough sell compared to what the Jund deck was doing. I mean, most of my YouTube regulars, they check the video link before the thing starts. They understand how this works. I definitely think it's fair and reasonable to say that Magic the Gathering was a much better game before Modern Horizons sets existed. Feels bad, man. Yeah, that's the answer to the question, why do they exist, is because Wizards of the Coast realized they weren't monetizing their non-rotating format players at all. So we added Modern Horizons so we could effectively rotate the non-rotating formats every 2 years. I am not intending to cast Siege Runner today. We're going to die with this for a little bit, and then we're going to play some mono red in Explorer, since that got cut short on Friday when my internet died. Wow, get cut. Hey, 90 minutes is probably a little on the high side. I'd say it's just like an hour. 20 is probably worth checking out. This card's really sweet in this red aggro deck. A lot of ways that instantly exile with red removal these days. Library exile. Any lands we draw are live as redraws. I've got sorcery, creature. I only have 2 types in my bin so far. I'm such a medium delirium deck, chat. Sure. Well, we're not blocking a Den of the Bugbear with these, so we might as well attack with it, I suppose. We do this first for the purpose of getting our surveils in. And I think I want that. I'm not getting delirium either way. Do I give up this to cast Iteration this turn? I haven't played a land yet for the turn, but I don't really need a land. I guess no. Yeah, I didn't think it was particularly useful. Like, and CM Black pointed it out in a comment to it, like, the assumption for that article assumed that like decks that won over a certain amount were built correctly. And like that kind of like starting with that assumption, knowing how Magic players work, it seems just like incredibly bad. That's not a good assumption to start with. All right, we're just dead here, right? I guess I can go hand, library, exile, and then we can do a shock here. But I put all the Unholy Heats in the board, right? I believe we're just dead.
Let me synthesize the facts.
Tireless Tracker and Soul Guide Lantern out. Cheap removal and click submit. Oh, I meant to play Steam Vents. That's fine. We'll cast Consider on one, I guess. You might want to wait and see how the deck's performing before you become unreasonably excited about anything. Let's go. I'm bidding a, I'd love a Fable. Bidding a spell here so I can get this out of static discharge range here. This card seems genuinely very good. This is probably sweet in a blue-red deck with Expressive Iteration, huh? It should be in this deck. I don't know about that. It works with exactly Expressive Iteration in this deck, and that's it. I think you need to build around it. I'm gonna draw a card here with this and trigger. It's my sequence. I'm gonna draw a card with this here and trigger Linear Shredder. That's fine. We're gonna land anyways. Gosh, it works with the Chandras, too. That's probably a sweet mid-range card, huh? And Library Exile. Works with Cascade the way you want it to. That's obnoxious. Yeah, it says one or more, but if each instance of Cascade puts into your exile one at a time, it should trigger it separately, right? That one, it makes the Goyf bigger. Does this work with Taint Impact, chat? I feel like for the sake of science, we need to find out. All right, Tarmogoyf has got its first game 3 chip. Let's do it. It's fine. A removal spell on 2, and then we've got you line up the shot to trigger the back half of it. What's going on, Vonu? Thank you for the tier 2 and for the 40 months. Welcome back. It works the way we wanted to at Taint Impact. That's fun. Taint Impact's a little unwieldy, though, right? Because when you hit the second card with the same name, that stops working. Tarmogoyf had its original art. We win more games. Yep. Yes, I assume this is dead. I'm surprised they didn't do it on my turn to play around Molten Impact a little bit. Because now I get a 2 damage Molten Impact trigger here. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do, do, do. Assume this is dead, but if you line up the shot to trigger Molten Impact at instant speed now, so I got that going for us. This is perfect, right? So they cast this. You line up the shot is such an appropriate name for this card to hit with Molten Impact. It's just like, and for my next trick, I will continue to draw 0 spells this game. It was an American warning shot, aka a lethal one. Don't tell Scotty, chat. Scotty is unaware of our current situation. The moose is loose, and it is ready to run him down. Can't beat a 5/5. Nice mono red deck. Play your companions, chat. It puts the Wellspring on the skin, or else it takes the L again. Goose on the loose is more dangerous than a goose, certainly, in real life and Magic. Hey, what's going on, Elementals? That is a great username. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Twitch is my full-time gig, and I wouldn't be able to be without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Happy Monday. This is fine. It's got 3 lands, all of our colors, threat, interaction, card draw. Morning, Double Pope. 1 more month away. Mongoose would be great. I don't know that the Boomers' hearts could take another card that they love being unplayable in yet another format. I think I lead Stomp here and save this for a potentially larger threat. Like if they play the 1/4 for 3, I want Molten Impact to clean it out. Bear. Alright, so this is actually, we get to grab 2 spells here, right? We get to go, you line up the shot, hand, library, exile, untapped land, cast Darcy. Love it. Demonic Pact. Okay. Ledger into line up the shot here. Grab a naturalize.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Demonic Pact's kind of a weird choice in their, Hero of the Precinct 1 deck, right?
Strike fear into the hearts of the wicked.
Strike fear into the hearts of the wicked, followed by immediately taking a Teferi Hero of Dominaria off the board is an incredible flavor win, chat. That's winning the hearts and minds of our audience right there. Random, thank you for the third of a year. Welcome back. Appreciate it. All right, let's open on Expressive Iteration. And Library Exile. Tracker. Land drop. Molten Impact's not looking great here. I'm gonna loot.
No is to triumph.
I'm like 10 out of 10 losing this tracker next turn, right? So we'll discard the Fabled Passage.
My thoughts were too frozen to win.
Iteration sounds lovely for after they mind drop me here. Is a large land chip. What's going on, Cooch? 6 syllables, 4 years. Welcome back. Yeah, Farewell is definitely a real possibility here. And Library Exile. Oh god, Farewell even shrinks our Tarmogoyf. Our future Goyfs. That's frustrating. Okay, I mean, we lose every time I say this, but we're technically ahead at the moment, so let's go. One expressive iteration, please. I have 7 mana. I'm gonna chill on the Ledger Shredder for a turn. So we could go Shredder into Wellspring loot. I mean, a lot of historic decks have a lot of Explorer overlap. Very similar card pools between the two formats. I need to just get through their tokens here. What's going on, Prospector? Thank you for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Creature hits the bin, so Goyf turns to a 5/6. Maybe our opponent will draw a land at some point. That'll be great. I'm gonna chill on the land and the Ledger Shredder, because if I draw a second spell, we get to go Shredder into second spell, draw discard. That just resolved instantly, so that's good for us. Yeah, opponent bails out. I'm impressed that we beat that farewell there. Definitely a Negate plus Mystic Dispute matchup. Certainly a Fry matchup. Probably Tireless Tracker. Soul Guide Lantern doesn't really play here. Gosh, what do I want to get rid of? It seems like most of our cards are pretty reasonable here, right? Because, like, I need to keep removal spells to deal with their heroes. Do we just, like, trim the Considers because they're replacement level? They have a bunch of demonic packs, so you line up the shots really good. Let's do this. Cyan's great in the control matchup. What's going on, Cubby Pizza? Thank you for the 43 months. Really appreciate the support. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Thanks everybody for dropping in today. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Sorry we had to end a little early on Friday. My ISP had an area-wide outage. First time that's happened. Hopefully that's not going to be a regular thing. Usually, I have a fiber internet line. It's usually pretty consistent. The cornfields came out. Well, it was a lot more than just the cornfields. They were like the fiber provider I have services a good chunk of the Midwest. They were like down in Indiana and like up through into Wisconsin as well. Pretty big. Somebody bumped something. Whatever got unplugged wasn't great. The cord got into the pipes. The corn, it's alive. Meant the reality. Oh, there goes Darcy. Do 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 do. Go ahead and do this. We get to draw a discard, which will let the Goyf get bigger. Wow. Rip my Tarmogoyf chip. At least it can like pick up 2 attack from Scions on occasion if I don't have something I want to do with that. It might have been wrong. It might have been wrong on my part to just cantrip the line up the shot. I probably should have just taken Naturalize. And Library Exile. Teferi Time Raveler getting to bounce their pact is definitely a thing. Okay, that's nice. We'll discard this. I'll drop this into play. Let's go give this to attack and give Teferi a love tap. Would I rather be playing Abundant Harvest compared to what, Sound of Science? You gotta kind of give us a thing you're suggesting we should cut from. I think it's better than Line of the Shot. I completely disagree with you. I'm probably just supposed to alt the Scions, right? I have to discard 2 cards for this next turn. Greeting Scions is appealing, but like they have Teferis and Void Wrens. I think we're just supposed to do that. Then I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna draw with Wellspring, and then I'm gonna cast Bonecrusher Giant, because next turn's they cast Farewell to exile their Demonic Pact, right? I guess maybe if I'm expecting Farewell, I should be cracking the Clue instead of playing the Bonecrusher. Yeah, because I'm gonna lose the Clue, which is sad. Okay, well, we're not clueless at least, which is nice. It's a Snap Season Pass worth it. If you're gonna put money into Marvel, Snap the Season Pass is the best thing you can put money into. If you're going to spend, it's the first thing you should spend on. What are the chances they just die here? I have to feel like the chance of them just dying are super low, right? I feel like there's gonna be some kind of bounce or vanishing verse on their own card here. Well, so like we know they don't have Farewell, right? Because they would have played Farewell. They wouldn't keep playing. You greatly underestimate how little Magic Arena players value their time if you think they wouldn't keep playing in a spot like this if they were deterministically dead. Alright, looking real good here. Not gonna play out Darcy. I want a little bit left behind if they peel Farewell off the top. And confirm I played a 2-hour Angels Beer match one time. God bless. In best of one. I mean, I know that Magic players are all masochists, but it's nice to hear it confirmed on occasion. I'm gonna hold on to these lands. Not only do we have Tireless Trackers in our deck, but we have more Fable of the Mirror Breakers, and we have Royal Scions let us draw a discard. There still aren't timers for best of 1 in Magic Arena. The timers are only for best of 3, Coons. Scale of 1 to dead, what are we working with here? Alright, looks like we are solidly on the dead side of the scale for our friend here. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Alright, chat. We died horribly to blue-white artifacts in the first match, but we are beating up these other people playing fair decks. Fair decks in my Magic the Gathering? More likely than you'd think. Yeah, we even beat them through the rest in peace shrinking our Goyf. My poor little Goyf boy. Barely stood a chance, Chip. By the way, it's in the stream title, but just as a reminder for the regulars out there, if you enjoy my stuff and you want to support it, the Runeterra segment this afternoon is going to be sponsored by the Twitch Bounty Board. So if you want a easy way to support what I do here, make sure you hang out for the hour of that later this afternoon after we're done with Magic. We fetch with the Fabled Passage on 1, so it would be tapped on 3, and it makes our Tarmogoyf a 1/2 on 2 here, which is lovely. Looks like Esperat here. So, with Season Hollow Blade being played here, I think we need to let them draw a card with this Stomp, and then play the Soul Guide Lantern. Just so I can avoid dying to Perihelion next turn. Does Rat want Sentinel? Yeah, I mean, most white decks in this format play Sentinel. It's a messed up MH2 card. Oh! I guess sequencing it this order makes the Goyf smaller. Yeah, I should do that the other way around, because Sentinel only draws 1 card per turn. Mistakes were made. Is exiling optional? They could just be humans. Black Mana and Season Hollow Blade would typically imply not humans, but yeah, I guess in theory it could be, but it's unlikely. Please make it stop. Please, please make it stop. Puts the esper sentinel on the skin or else it gets the hose again. least our Goyf is here in a large land until it gets, Skyclean Apparition. Yeah, now we just get buried by Diviner of Fates. So, Diviner of Fates alongside Seasoned Hallowed Blade lets them go ahead and just discard cards or turn them into other cards of the same card type on my turn, so. This is why, there we go, just humans. No, this is literally the stock Esper deck, chat. Anybody that's telling me this isn't the Esperat deck, go away. Literally the stock Esperat deck. We played it on stream. If you haven't seen it before, it's up on the YouTube channel. I think we're probably dead here. These Scions just not looking great. They've got all this stuff lined up. Like, I don't know how we get through this amount of value. Alright, move along to the next game here. Trim our expensive top end. Trim the line up the shots. Honestly, it's probably just consider outright. We're bringing in other instants in our removal, and we just don't have room to cast this into Sentinels and Dahlias and stuff. Gotta mulligan that with no green, unfortunately. This is fine. Bottom the fry, keep the consider to try and propel us to our third land for the Fable. No, Esper Sentinel on one, shit. It's like Christmas. We take the opportunity to do this. That is a little annoying. We can't play the Fable now. Guess we just Molten Impact here. I'm gonna shock this land in so I can Unholy Heat plus get this trigger here since they didn't put a extra counter on the Diviner of Fates. Inquisitor Captain gets exactly Thalia here. I'm a little sad, but you just let this happen. Yep. Just moments before the accident here, chat. This is an ambitious attack after I shocked in my land, to say the least. Like, even if they thought I was just on a cantrip there, like, the cantrip would have killed the Skyclean Apparition too due to the Molten Impact trigger. Definitely a little loosey-goosey on the opponent's part here. Going on, Hality? Thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. A smallish window to kill Diviner if Fate's here before it gets too big. Darcy could soar over the top and drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line here. Our 5/5's nothing to scoff at either for the time being. Fates gets a little bit bigger. Oh, this one doesn't connive itself, right? It only connives when it enters, so 3/4 is its ceiling for now. Unless they get like the 1/4 going. Great, hit me, dealer. Another flying creature. Thanks. We're doing it, chat. We're doing it. Okay, that's a little scary. I said they have to attack with both of these to get this out of blocking range. Draw a card with this. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, it tapped my blue-green source when I have a mountain in hand. Fuck, Magic Arena, you're killing me. Well, we would have been able to play this and then draw a discard, but here we are. It's pretty good. So let's discard 3 cards here. If they discard at least 2 spells, the Diviner of Fates gets out of Molten Impact range. Or gets out of, sorry, double blocking range. 1 spell gets out of impact range. Yep. Gonna double block the Sentinel in case they have an instant speed removal spell for the one thing we would block with. Worked on a land, of course, or on a spell, of course. Play a Goyf. Let's attack for 5. I think I'm holding on to the land because I've got a bunch of Fable the Mirror Breakers in my deck. I'm not going to hold on to land number 3. Chuki, thank you for the almost 3 years. Welcome back. Like to expressively iterate myself. Bury Exile. Yeah, unfortunately, Hollow Blade with Diviner of Fates kinda means we're dead here. I guess I can attack with this, and they discard to make it indestructible, and then I stomp it. Before they get that back, we have to go ahead and do this. I'm going to continue to hold these 2 lands in my hand, spend my treasure token, because again, we draw a Shredder. we know this card's a land, shit. I kill the Skyclave. You kill the Skyclave and attack. They eat this. They discard here. They like chump. They take 2. Oh, I guess they eat this. They bump here. That's the same though. But then I have a 2/2 left over as well. Yeah, I think that's the line. And then we hope to draw an instant or sorcery next turn to like hurt this pre-combat. That's true. I could attack and force the Diviner off the table. Maybe that's better. This pushes damage though. That's close. I could see forcing the Diviner off the table being better. Just so low. I guess they could double block Goyf here if they wanted, but then they go to 1. Any instant or sorcery next turn lets this trigger tap the Hollow Blade, so it does get tapped when it gets this. And then we have lethal in theory. I guess I play this out because it's a flying threat, right? And they're at 4. Okay. That is lethal with suspend 1. The Diviner of Fate, fishing up channel lands is gross. Hey, Zeckles, thanks for the 33 months of Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Okay, the hearse has some merchandise to move, chat. Oh, hearse pre-combat surveils. Yeah, good call. In my brain, this is instant or sorcery, but you're right, it's just non-creature. We draw another land next turn, it's my fault. Deal. Never mind, didn't need it. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Prioritize the creatures to make Inquisitor Captain not work is a good call. I also want to prioritize creatures because they could be playing towards their black channel land here with Diviner of Fate, so I want to prioritize taking creatures that they might want to They might want to resurrect. Like the Skycleave here. That's Thalia. I can do it in response, Rusty, but then we kind of get into a game of chicken, right? Where I want to be proactively using this. So if I do it and then they respond with their channel land, they get to grab their thing back. It isn't target, but you can prioritize getting rid of particular things so they don't have the options. Okay, do I want to fry the Diviner of Fates? I have an extra 2 damage on here. Alternatively, we could also fry both the Seasoned Hollowed Blades. I'm gonna fry the Diviner of Fates. Do I want to attack with a 4/4 Hearse? I don't think so. In fact, I think I'm just targeting with attacking with Darcy still. I think there's any reason to get super aggressive here. We're pretty far ahead, taking the Diviner off the table. Dice taking cards there. Black Channel Land might want to bring back again. Yes, Hearse can save Darcy from having to attack again. I think at this point, though, we might save Darcy, but just is this like attack with Tarmogoyf and Hearse? I guess we can just like wait and make the Hearse bigger too. Maybe just chill and make the Hearse bigger. They have the ability to start attacking with this though, which gives them a lot of selection. So if I attack with everything, all of their stuff lives and I die on the backswing, right? I don't think it's an attack with everything angle. I'm gonna push with these and make them empty their hand out here and save their Seasoned Hollow Blades. I'm surprised they didn't jump with Thalia and double block with the Hollow Blades on one of these. Maybe they were worried about a removal spell. They obviously can't know that our hand is just like straight bricks. They didn't discard their other cards, so they have something going on there they want to hold on to. That was a slog of a game, Chip. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. Maybe this Consider isn't good enough. And I'd rather have one of these pieces at top end. See that? Yeah, the games are going a little bit long. trim out a lantern and play 4 pieces of Graveyard Hate. Line up the shot is nice into Rafine. Yeah, it's just really bad into both Thalia and Esper Sentinel. So I don't think it's good enough. Don't keep 1-landers against the Thalia deck, chat. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, I think I'm gonna give them a card with Esper Sentinel here and just go ahead and kill the Shredder, and this tees up a 1-pointer here for the Sentinel for down the line, which is nice. Just pass, right? And we'll Unholy Heat clean these out. That's gonna do it now, actually. Let's not get got by anything crazy. We've lost Game Sound already. The Game Sounds have been dead for a little while, chat. We've been playing for over an hour. Magic Arena is a quality product. Man. That's a bad beat. I think I want the Goyf. It's close though. Goyf's pretty mediocre into a Skyclave Apparition. Ledger Shredder into Soul Guide Lantern here just to avoid the oops, I got Parahelion next turn. Getting the land's a little greedy, but their hand's a little on the slow side. I officially remember in Twitch chat, I suggested a line that literally killed all of our stuff and left us dead on board. It's a rite of passage, really. That's the land and die here. Hurts. It hurts a little bit, but it also hurts so good. The next Skyclave Apparition here is going to be a little disappointing. They don't have another Skyclave. This attack is real medium for them. Happily take my my 2/2, thanks. Okay, so let's go ahead and Molten Impact the Thalia here. And then next turn, we can fry the Ledger Shredder to diddle the Seasoned Hollowed Blade. I think we're holding on to the land in case we draw a Fable or a Tireless Tracker or a way to draw a discard. It's time to get the Tarmogoyf swinging, chat. Just keep swinging. I should have swung before I Molten Impacted because they could have had Fragment Reality, which they showed us a couple of copies of last game. Alright, and enter combat. We'll fry the Shredder, Molten Impact trigger, target the Seasoned Hollowed Blade. They saved this, obviously, but this still costs them a card. That one goes away. Next turn, we have Wellspring available to us, and then the Tarmogoyf kind of stands tall on the board. Maybe we're gonna draw a card with Soul Guide Lantern access. Although I feel better about my position if we just have this in play, so maybe not. Boarded Rat and Perihelion out. Got pretty deep into their deck last game without that one coming up. How has Historic been? I've enjoyed our time playing it since they added the new cards. In addition to the small injection of new cards we got with the anthologies, remember they also nerfed Cat Oven, Darcy, and Unholy Heat in this format, which has definitely done some good for it. They were like 6 months to a year late on addressing those cards, but better late than never, I suppose. The Explorer deck. We're going to play the mono red control deck that we got cut short of our session on Friday. It was looking real sweet, and then my ISP had an area-wide outage. And then next turn, we can start popping with these to push a bunch of damage. 2 magic decks today. If the magic decks are good, we're going to play 2. I'm allotting 5 hours for Magic on each of the days this week since Historic and Explorer have been good. But I'm not, since I don't have a ton of donation decks anymore since we upped the price, I'm just going to let the decks that are good play for longer. Is my loose plan. Uploading 1 deck in each Historic and Explorer each day seems to maximize YouTube metrics, so I'm not gonna go crazy trying to play a bunch of stuff if there's not a real upside to it. Deck submissions are 50 USD. We do have lethal if we turn on Darcy, is accurate. And we could probably do that, right? Yeah, we have it on demand with this. So we can Molten Impact one of these, fry the other. The problem with that is if they have Fragment Reality, we get got. Because we die on the backswing. I agree that this is probably a start forcing cards out of their hand angle, though. Love to bin some lands. How about Salt? So much as they just need to think about what they have going on. Okay, and now we can kind of afford to attack with everything because I let that die. Because my Fry on demand taps both of these, right? All right, that was faster than top rating, it would seem. All right, shit. You know what? Our Tarmogoyf deck beat a real deck. This is my face coming in large. We deserve a little bit of extra audio as a treat. We beat a real historic deck with our bad pile of Tarmogoyf cards. I think we deserve audio for half a game. Let's get it. Let's get it restarted. We can take a second to plug the wonderful. Oh, I gotta stand back a little bit. I got my atomic blonde coalescence apparel shirt here. That's lovely. Easy way to support the content and get some sweet magic themed stuff is check them out and use code Hoaglandia. Let's slam some more goyfs. I can't keep this, right? Like, none of these lands are utility lands. None of them get into the bin. Yeah, I don't know again. Is there a special audio package in the story? There is not, unfortunately. That's fine. It's pretty good. Yeah, the audio bug does a good job to highlight how good the sound design in Arena usually is. It's just sad that it's not there. Like, the audio in this game is really tactile and well done most of the time. And then it's just so empty and hollow when it cuts out. I am going to double block here. So they're gonna get to KO Ledger Shredder here, but they're not KOing. Oh, they have land shock here now, right? What's going on, Bluffheads? We played a Jund deck. We played a Jund deck last week that actually wasn't embarrassing either. It's kind of guess. I think I'm discarding the fast lands for playing Iteration next turn, right? Or we're playing Stomp. Yeah, the game board music tends to be really well done in Arena too. Well, he killed all my stuff. I think I want to just try and hit my land drops here. So I'm going to Iteration. Magic the Gathering is an incredibly low variance, high skill experience. That's a sick beat, Ewok. You are the 1.5%. Like one large blocker, please. We'll save Tireless Tracker for when we can play a land after. Gotta trade this for a shock here, I think. A shock in this. Well, so Lambton, I don't know if you kept up with the news on Marvel Snap, but they've actually fully scrapped the Nexus event idea, and they're going back to the drawing board for how card acquisition is going to work in their game. Which, if I'm being completely honest, I wasn't expecting in the slightest. I'm just fully jaded when it comes to these types of games, and I was expecting them to just, like, slash the price by some amount, with the initial sticker shock being just, like, a price anchoring technique. And the fact that they decided to roll back makes me think maybe they actually want their product to be good and succeed. It's weird. I think we're dead here, right? I think we're dead here. Even with the Goyf draw, they've got like runes and Den of the Bugbear and stuff here. Tracker's probably better than Scion. Tracker's probably better than I consider because it plays the board at least to bring in our cheap removal. I'm going to leave in you line up the shot because they have the enchantment creatures. They probably have Embercleave lurking. I'm gonna elect to block warriors this game. I believe in a land in the top 3. Hey, what's going on, Creepy Big Crunch? Thanks for the 14 months. Alright, it wasn't the green source I wanted for Christmas, but we'll take it. Can we just shredder? You're coming back at a good time, honestly, if you're one of the old regulars that likes non-rotating Magic. Arena's got 2 different non-rotating formats at the moment, and they're both pretty reasonable, honestly. I think I'm just passing with Stomp up here so we can step on the faces when it flips over. I gave Wizards my wallet, and I'm enjoying Explorer a lot. God bless. I really hope that they see the success of the Explorer Anthology and continue to pump resources into that format. From a personal, selfish perspective, my metrics here on stream surrounding things at this release have literally been better than every standard set and alchemy set that's released for the last year and a half, so people definitely more interested in these formats than the alternatives, it would seem.
I won't stop fighting till the people are safe again.
Can I have a scrap of green source here, please?
Aw, you're looking a little singed.
Oof.
Party's over for you, pal.
Is it though, Chandra? Is it?
Come on, Chandra. Think of something good.
Okay, so Shock domes me for 2, and then they trigger the Electrostatic Blast. Oh, they're killing the Ledger Shredder. That seems good for me. Like, my hand is so good every time they direct damage at the Shredder and not my face. Seems great. Michigan primary tomorrow. Please go vote, chat. Your primary elections matter. If you live in Missouri, by the way, there's 2 Democrats up for the primary election there, and you should definitely go vote for Lucas. Not only is he a Magic the Gathering player, chat, but he also supports a lot of really good legislation. Yes, he has those really radical leftist ideas, like people shouldn't go broke because they got sick. It's refreshing. Welcome back, Beck. Not a green source, but beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, Kuntz, I think is his last name.
So what?
Discharge my face. Yep, my face is definitely the place. 1 tippity-tapped land. Would I rather Fable or Bonecrusher Giant? Fable lets me double green spell next turn, which would be nice. It also triggers Darcy.
Can't douse these flames.
Oh my god, just actually the best draw in their deck.
Who needs a plan? Just improvise.
That's so brutal. I think we're dead shit. This card's looked really impressive when we played against it. I definitely want to brew with this card in this format. Do we have a enchantment in the middle already? They do not. Our removal has been checked, and we have failed, I think is the case. Odd. Alright, that'll do, pig. I don't know, all things considered, like, a 3-mana 2/2 is, like, pretty docile by modern Magic the Gathering push standards. Thanks for the Prime Sadistic. Appreciate the 3 years. Welcome back. A lot of mono red this morning. If I draw the moose, I can't kill their 3/3 with Electrostatic Blast Consider in response. But drawing a 5/5 has a lot of upside here. And they're not guaranteed to have their 3 drops, so I think we risk it for the biscuit. Rewarded. Okay, I mean, the Royal Scions allow me to play to the board here while still not triggering the Molten Impact, which is ideal.
My plan is crystallizing.
Oh gosh, this comes in as a 3/3 now. Well, poop.
Coward. Cowards.
Let it go, Rowan.
I think we're dead, fam. Yeah, this card's kind of a good example of Tarmogoyf getting outclassed, huh? I know what we're looking for here, right? I guess this is a 5/6. It's just still not big enough. Just like peak LOL. It definitely feels like, based on how much mono red we've hit on the ladder today, that our main deck is not appropriately constructed. If you would have told me we were going to hit as much mono red as we played against, I definitely would be playing the Unholy Heat's main. Maybe the main deck Soul Guide Lanterns are a little ambitious. We've been that. Makes the Goyf bigger. Not really, but we need a land, right? So we're happy to get rid of that. Look at our little baby 3/4 chat. Is that exciting? I think I want to just hold on to Abrade here, right? Because as much as I like don't really want to play Tracker, I guess I could attack with Goyf and just like hold the Abrade up on the back of the Molten Impact trigger. We need to end the game at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna attack and hold the Abrade up, I think. It's a lot of card shit. They found their land, but it's tapped. Is this... Okay, so that one's gone. So we can safely Abrade kill the other one now? This is dead, obviously, but like... We have endless Tireless Tracker, so I'm just like paying 3 and discarding a card to like gain 2 life here because I'm not gonna do anything else with my mana. I guess I could have drawn the 5/5, but I'm gonna chill on this for the turn so they can't just attack me with Ton of the Bugbear, I think.
You're lucky this is a warning shot.
That's pretty good. Ooh! Chat, I found a piece of candy, chat. Well, we're certainly no longer clueless, okay? We're certainly no longer clueless.
No, why?
I ain't given the option we trade Tracker for Den of the Bugbear here. Tracker just ate a deal 5. Sign me up. This is some real boomer magic right here, chat. Big boom, boom, boom energy. Magic Arena really likes tapping our only green source, chat. It really likes tapping our only green source. I just cracked them for 8, right? Thunk. Alright, so let's lethal stomp here. Okay, I used to be a non-tracker believer. Listen, chat, this card's really good when it gets to get going, okay? It's really good to the control of the mid-range matchups, and in some spots like this, it can be okay in these aggro matchups. This is close, right? Like, obviously, it's only 2 spells, but I have a bunch of lands that notably don't hurt me and come into play untapped, and I have a shock to start. I think we keep this. Nice. We drew Ledger Shredder. I think I'm just gonna go tapped land pass here. And I think we hold up Unholy Heat this turn, so if they play their 3-drop, we can kill it before it becomes a 3-3. That is my face. It is the place. Okay, and now we're definitely sitting on this, right? So we'll chill for one more turn. You can tell Ween subjects themselves to the hellscape that is Twitter. I was going to talk about it after we finish the match in the deck, but yeah, it's public today. I promise I'm not going to take a week off every month. It just happens to be two months in a row. But Pokemon Esports asked me to be a part of the World's broadcast team for Unite in London. next month. This month, it's August 1st, this month. So I am going to be off the third week of this month, and I will be, yeah, it's in person on site. So first big on-site tournament for Pokemon Unite. Yeah, Christy's coming with me. An 8-hour plane ride with children does not sound exciting, so we're figuring out childcare, but Christy's coming with for the week. That's pretty good. We'll take Impact to hand, this to Library, this to Exile. We have 5 commentators for the event. It'll be the 4 of us that had been doing commentary for EUNA, Spraggles, Zoinks, and Dupe Snacks, along with myself, and then JJ from the OCE broadcast will be joining us as a 5th. Yeah, Christy and I went to the Bahamas about 6 years ago, so our passport's still valid from that. Well, that considers actually a great draw here, because I get to ditch these, find some friends, and then we get to Molten Impact this. The Worlds for Pokemon Unite is August 19th and 20th. I will be out of town / off from live content from the 15th to the 21st, though. I think I'm gonna play this as a tap land here. Are we gonna beat Mono Red, chat? It feels like we might be beating Mono Red. Yeah, the current balance patch for Unite is pretty good. Hoopa's obviously a little cracked, but aside from that, I think we'll see a lot of team comp diversity too in competitive. Alright, my friends have died, but I have 2 expressive iterations. And Library, Exile. Yeah, Goyf is traditionally good in the Mono Red matchup. It is just a stat stick, which is exactly where you want to be. Our opponent's also been a little unlucky here. They've drawn 6 lands, and none of them are their utility lands, which is great for us, obviously. Speaking of stats, let's just start attacking here and get this game over with before we die. Yeah, I mean, we could realistically lose this game to getting burned out here before we beat them, huh? That's another draw 2, and that's a draw 3. We're going to 4 here. Oh, they only get 1 of these. Okay, that's fair. Alright, I'm just playing out 2 sets of blockers and hoping we don't die next turn, right? Like, realistically, they could draw a Burn Spell and define Burn Spell off a Blast, right? They scried top? Alright, yeah, that's terrifying. Gonna be a close one. Everybody clench. Oh, no! They didn't even need the redraws, chat. And they'd have missed, too. That's so sad. Peak Mono Red. Peak Mono Red gaming experience. All right, so overall, I would like to establish the low bar we are jumping over, but this deck was less bad than I was expecting it to be. I think it's probably worse overall than the Jund deck that we played. I think we're definitely going to try Sultai tomorrow in Historic with Tarmogoyf, but so far I think Jund is my number one. I think the big thing that jumps out at me based on the games that we played today is if Mono Red's going to continue to be popular and that deck seems really good and reasonable, I think you probably want these Unholy Heats in the main. And you honestly probably want more of them in the 75. Like, I think I'd probably go to 2 Lanterns in the board, and I'd play the 2 Heats with a 3rd Heat in the board. Maybe you even trim some of these 3-drop top ends. Royal Scions were kind of replacement level, it felt like, during those games. So maybe you get rid of those and you, like, play the last Tracker main in a 3rd Heat, and then you have the 4th Heat in the board. And then you have a slot to play with that could, like, be another Soul Guide Lantern. I don't hate that idea, but the core here felt okay. Molten Impact's a very good Magic the Gathering card that was great at 2 for 1/8 people.